Warning, this video contains guitars, foul language and an idiot, but not necessarily in that order. Yo guys, it's a rant day, well, rant/discussion day, yeah? And I'm actually stuck in traffic in the middle of Cardiff, because I've been looking for a new guitar. So my delicious, lovely wife bought me my Peachy. This is my Gibson Les Paul Classic. Heritage Cherry Sunburst. It is the finest guitar I've ever played. It's my favourite by far of anything I've ever played. But it also means so much to me. Okay? It was my 50th birthday present. My beloved. So, I tried to explain the reason why I don't gig it as much is because I play like last night. So I was gigging in a little pub in South Wales, in Cardiff. Shout out to all the guys in Sam and Ben's. Absolutely fucking love the place. It's amazing. But anyway, it's a small venue, okay? So very, very small venue. Don't even have enough room to put the like a guitar stand down. So I'd have to put it up on like almost like the bench next to me, near the PA and all like that. And the last thing I fucking want is that just toppling over, snapping the fucking headstock off, and me basically ending my life. So I'm looking for something of almost like the same kind of caliber that doesn't mean as much to me. Okay. Now, I nearly pressed a button on a gold top Gibson Les Paul Classic in a week. Hesitated. Fucking stupid idea, stupid thing to do, and lost it. Gone. Boom. Gone. Fucking cracking guitar anyway. So I thought, right, okay, nowadays, Cardiff is a big city, yeah? It's capital of Wales, yeah? For those of you who are not of the UK, that is a different part of England, yeah? It's a different part of the UK called Wales, right? So anyway, Cardiff used to have a lot of music shops, yeah? Now back in the day when I was a kid, in the kind of 80s, long time ago, they were fucking brilliant. Especially there was one in particular, an old shop called Cranes, where we all kind of used to hang out in. And the guys there were fucking amazing, all right? And the customer service you would get was fucking second to none. There were a few other places in Cardiff. Noble's Music, that was fucking brilliant as well. Gwent Music, not quite so. But still, a tidy little shop, yeah? All tidy little shops. But they were... I mean, I know Cranes had a few different stores, but they were run by... I used to know the family that used to run it. George, and it used to hang out with his son as well. But anyway, they were cracking stores, yeah, and the guys knew their shit. All right. So I'm in business coming into Cardiff now. Now it's 2025, okay. And as we all know, the era of internet shopping, yeah, it touches us so far of our lives these days. From ordering your meal in a split second, to, I don't know, clothes, you name it, Temu, AliExpress, Marks is online. Well, not quite so much at the moment. Maybe too soon. But anyway, but guitars, yeah, guitars are a very personable thing. You can pick up two guitars off any manufacturer's line, and they will play and feel completely different. Maybe it's just down to the action and the setup of it, or just slight different woods, blah blah. Even though it's the same kind of wood type, like mahogany, they all comes from trees at the end of the day, and it's different fucking trees. So it's you can't really necessarily go by, especially when you're spending. I'm looking to spend within the region of, I would say, £1 to £2 grand on a guitar, £2 grand maximum. All right, or roughly on there. So I'm looking for something quite tidy, and I can't afford to be ordering something online that I'm going to regret like a couple of weeks down the line. All right. So you got to go in and you got to try these things. So I'll talk you through my little kind of trip this morning. Yeah, so I travelled in from, because Swansea's got absolutely hardly anything in music stores of any sort of quality anymore. Used to, but they're gone. Thanks internet. So I travelled into Cardiff, about an hour down the road. And there are a few different shops there, okay? Now, one of them being, I think it's Moto Music. This is my first stop. Now I know the manager and owner of that store because he used to be, harking back to the days of Cranes, Mike, shout out to Mike Podesta and Moto Music and the guys there, yeah? Honestly, fucking second to none service. If you are living in around this sort of, if you haven't probably heard of them, they're not, I don't think they're that well known. Oh, bollocks. But they are fucking second to none. Get offered a cup of coffee. I mean, the guitars in there are not your, like, I wouldn't say your Squires and stuff like that. They're a bit more of your up-range professional sort of stuff. But you get a professional service. Mike always did when he was in Cranes, always gave a fucking professional service, as did all the staff there. And he's carried on this now. The service you get from the guys there in music are fucking amazing, right? So I went in there, tried a few different Les Pauls. That's what I'm after. A traditional, a standard, a couple of standard actually, and a Tokai. All fucking brilliant. Yeah, very, very, very tempted with the traditional. All right. Now, obviously, I've just started out looking, so I'm not necessarily going to just dive into the first guitar I try and I get on with. I want to see what's out there. They're really well priced as well, in fairness. The guitar that really caught my eye was I can't remember the year now. It was I think it was a 2016 traditional high performance. Fucking beautiful guitar. So anyway, I said, right, thanks very much, guys. Yeah, I will be back. Yeah, I will be back. I've already bought a guitar from them in the past. My Japanese Strat. Yeah, fucking love that guitar. That's what I got from them. A really, really classy guitar. Classy service. You can probably get a hint of where I'm going with this, guys. Yeah, service. So the next protocol was to the old Grant Music. Now Grant Music in Cardiff, they're cheap and cheerful. Yeah, they used to have a fair few some tidy stuff in there, but because of the fucking internet, they can't afford to do this, the higher end kind of stuff in there. And in fairness to them, I've not really bought that much stuff of them in the last coming years. So just leave them alone. Yeah, they are what they are. All right. So after Grant Music, because I didn't have any Les Pauls in there, the next protocol was PMT. Now, PMT are a fucking big make. They're a big shop, yeah? They've got shops all about the fucking place. It was disgusting. So first of all, I got told very abruptly, I'm with someone at the moment, I will deal with it. Now, I know that's all down to interpretation, but there was an edge of, there was an edge straight away of a little bit of attitude. It wasn't a friendly demeanour, straight away, yeah. It was, After he dealt with this, he said, "Oh yeah, okay, how can I help you?" Okay, fair enough. Give him a... Now, bear in mind, I'm not spending 200 or 300 quid yet. I'm in the market for a tidy guitar. Yeah. Now, I used to go in there, and they used to stock Gibsons. So I'm looking round, and there's no Gibsons in sight. So I'm like, oh, that's strange. So, okay, so I went up to the counter and I was asking, and this is where he said, okay, hang on a second. So eventually when he served me then, he said, right, how can I help you? Okay. So I said, I explained, yeah, I'm looking for a Gibson Les Paul, ideally a Gibson Les Paul Classic and Gold Top. All right. Now, this man he seemed like he was quite a senior person in the store. All right. He should, and because he said later on in the conversation that he had a Les Paul himself, should have spotted me asking for that kind of level of guitar that I will know a little bit about guitars. All right. He didn't ask me anything of like exactly what I'm looking for. What else am I looking for? What's my kind of budget range? He didn't suss me out as a customer. All right. Now, the internet can't do that. So you can't fault it for not doing that. But when you're face to face with someone in a store, you've got that face to face rapport. Yeah. Now, who was it? It was PMT in Bristol, where one of the lads there just went above and beyond. Yeah, when I was buying, Christ, I was only buying my Epiphone 335 at the time. But this bloke in Cardiff, yeah, didn't suss out whatsoever. So straight away, he says to me, no, we haven't got any Gibsons in store at the moment now. The big house gets something online, so maybe some of the other stores. Okay, and that was his kind of attitude. I said, well, okay. So he said, oh, we could probably order them in. Oh, okay, all right, okay, fair enough. So he basically said, well, I was asking what I'm looking for. Now, bear in mind, PMT deal in not just new guitars, they also deal in used as well, all right? So he said, we only do 50s and 60s standards now. Oh, well, that's it. Yeah. That's all they do now. And his attitude straight away was just, it was just something about it. It was just a little bit abrupt. It wasn't personable whatsoever. It wasn't friendly. Didn't put me at ease straight away. Now, especially as I'm spending that kind of money, yeah. I get that they deal with a lot of people that are just coming into the store, try some stuff, and they'll just go off and they buy it online or whatever, yeah. But if you have a store there and you got a business, make the most of the time you've got there, yeah. Have that personable customer service. Go a little bit above and beyond. Okay. Especially if you look like, I think you look like you were a senior person there. So straight away, he just locked me down. Just bump. That's all he do. I said, oh, okay. So I said, yeah, I'm looking for like I explained that I'm looking for a replacement for my, so I don't have to gig my main peachy, yeah? I didn't say that, but yeah, my main guitar, my main Les Paul Classic, and I'm looking for something of the same sort of thing, or a classic or a traditional, something like that. But no, we only do this, they only do 50s and 60s now. Standards. Okay. So there was no option whatsoever. He said, oh, hang on a second. So we had to look online and to different stores. And because PMT's got stores all over the place, yeah? PMT. Now, I'm not sure if this is a franchise of PMT. Because what he said was, we're not allowed to stock Gibsons in our store now. What, anywhere? Oh, yeah, in some of our stores, but not here. We're not allowed. PMT, I knew. So I said, oh, right, okay. So he brought up what initially was going to be maybe one or two. Because I said, is it a gold top? And he brought up this guitar online on his system. He said, have a look at it a second. And he went to kind of, straight away, he went into the different profiles of the necks. Now, I've been playing guitar for 30-odd years. I know my profiles and necks. I got a channel, yeah? As you guys know, I play fucking all sorts of different sizes of necks. It's not a problem. Going from a C to a D shape doesn't bother me. But he was quite condescending straight away. In the way he was kind of describing, oh, the C shape is a little bit more rounded and stuff like that. So it depends on where you get on the 50s or 60s. And I said, look, it doesn't really bother me, mate, to be honest. I said, I play all sorts of guitars. Yeah, but the 50s, it'll be a little bit more round. Oh. Okay. So straight away, he's kind of put my back up a little bit condescending. Definitely doesn't know his customer, which should be the first thing he does. So anyway, we had a look then, and he starts going into the details. And I said, you don't do any used gear at all, at all. Oh, very much, very little. I said maybe some online. I said, well, and then he went back onto the 50s and like that. He said, oh, we've only got one of those in the country. No, none of our other options. It was just locking it straight away. Boom. Locking it down. And yeah, it just, I said, well, have you got any used Les Pauls in the country? Look, and all he basically did was just have a look at the, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll tell you what I will do is I'll edit this when I get home, and I'll have a look to see if there's any, because apparently according to him there was no second or used Les Pauls in the country, in any of their stores. All right. Oh, I said, oh, well, okay. So I said, how come you like you said, if there's not many guitars in the entire UK? And he went into the thing of, oh, it's basically because Gibson won't let us because the standards of Gibson are so high, because the accounts and stuff like that. We have to sell so much of their stuff up front. We even deal with it, but some of their other shops are dealing in Gibson. But he said, yeah, but we are not allowed to have any Gibsons here. Because he said, oh, I can have that guitar shipped to you. And I thought he meant to the store, yeah. To try, and then if you don't like it, just return it. So I'm like, what to me, or to the store? No, to you. I said, whoa, a second. That's the problem is, no, this is the 2000. My brain goes, this is a $2,000 guitar. If anything, now, all the rest of the fucking couriers out there, sending a guitar, as you all know, if you've tried to send it, is a stressful, very stressful event, yeah? Because you are watching every single second of that guitar being sent and getting to its destination without it being smashed to fucking smithereens, right? So I goes, whoa. I said, no. I would rather not have him be, because I'm going to have to send it back. He said, yeah, you can just get, as long as you pay for the insurance to get it back. I said, well, I'm going to have to send it back myself and cover the cost of that. Yeah. I said, well, can't you just have it shipped to the store and I'll try it out and like that? And no, I'll be not allowed to have any Gibsons in store. What? Are you banned? Is Cardiff banned from having Gibson? But some other stores aren't. And it made me think, why? Because back when I was a young kid, I had an idea of my own music shop. So I looked into it. And at the time, I think it was Rose Morris was the company doing the distribution. They may even be still doing it now for the UK. And it was the way that you have to basically, you could either, I think you had to buy on bulk, or if you had been selling their gear for a long time, you kind of sold on behalf, but then you raised the price up. And anyway, there was a little bit of fuss around it. But to be fair, I don't blame Gibson. Because if the fucking service that I received, paying that amount of money, was that bad, I wouldn't want them fucking selling my quality workmanship either. I'd be going, no fucking chance, pal. You're shit. So I'm just like, it's no wonder that stores are shutting down. I don't know what it is with customer service now these days. I can't say it all, because Moto Music, the difference between one shop and the next, less than a mile of each other, when actually the guys from Moto Music used to work in PMT. I wonder why they left. Anyway. But yeah, the difference in customer service from one to the other was just fucking night and day. I'm wondering what's happening with PMT. I don't know. This is just a voicing a customer's, my experience. I wanted to get this in before it just kind of all went out of and all the emotion went out of the experience. I just wanted to get it down, guys, because it stank. Is the way his attitude's right from the start, condescending, unapproachable, abrupt, uncooperative, just did not go the extra mile whatsoever on quite a fucking expensive purchase. Yeah, it's a shame, guys, isn't it? Real shame. Okay, so this is the next day after my little discussion in the car with a certain Cardiff guitar store. So I, as I explained, in my story, I was after a Gibson Les Paul Classic, or a traditional, or potentially any gold top, or maybe even like a standard, to replace, have the gig. My Classic was behind me. Yeah, that one there. Where's it gone? There. Oh, you know where it is. That one there. Yeah, my Peachy. So I was told, while in store, categorically, and he even check on my computer, I was told no.
£2,000, please. £2,000. Computer says no.
No, that there was not any Gibson Les Pauls pre-owned in stock in the country.
Computer says no.
Okay. So, I came home later on, after explaining this to you guys on my phone, on a little rant. And I thought, I'm sure they used to have pre-owned stock in PMT. So I thought, I'll have a little check, see what else they got there. You never know. They might have like an SG, a really nice SG or something like that, And this is what I found, guys. So yeah, guys. So this is the store I was told. categorically, after he checked, there was not any, there was no, none, zilch, zero Gibson Les Paul pre-owned in stock in the country.
Computer says no.
Yeah? Right, okay. So, pre-owned. Oh, okay. So, pre-owned. Right. Pre-owned electric guitars. Yeah. Oh! Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on a second. Just even on the first line here. Do my eyes deceive me? A pre-owned Gibson. I'm not entirely sure what classes as a Gibson. Custom shop 58. Okay, all right, below my price range. But this filter by brand, yeah. So considering there was none, I mean, he may have been trying to save my wallet by saying that there was none.
The man said he wants to borrow £2,000.
Computer says no.
So there's 13 Gibsons. Okay. Right, let me see. 2 seconds. Let me move my face from over here. Oh, no, wrong one. Oh, there we are. There was a pre-owned 1998 Gibson custom shop. Okay, custom shops. Yeah, limit to my price range. Right. Oh. Okay, it's a left hand. So there's a Gibson Nighthawk. Not really my flavour. 2021 Gibson SG. Nice. That could have been a possibility. Whoa, hang on a second. What's going on here? So there's a pre-owned 2010 Gibson Les Paul Custom. That's nice, isn't it? That's very nice. My price range. A pre-owned Gibson 2020 Les Paul Standard and Tobacco Burst. Now I said I knew I was saying that I was after ideally a gold top, but I'm open to options. There's also a pre-owned Gibson Les Paul Standard, yeah, with a Bigsby. That's also something I probably would have gone for. There's also on the page here, pre-owned Gibson Les Paul Classic 2015. That says in stock. Now I've since emailed them today now, this morning. And apparently that's not in stock now. Although on the page it's saying in stock. But it was a Gibson Les Paul Classic. Yeah. What else is there? Gibson Les Paul Studio in black. That could have saved me a fair few pennies. But that black one there at 1,500 quid, or the pre-owned Tobacco Burst at 1,800 quid, they're two viable options. And when I still saw that classic, that was bang. Whoa, hang on a second. So Mr. Helpful Salesman, they completely blocked me down straight away. Just that there was only the current line of 50s and 60s Gibson Les Pauls in stock in the country, yeah, was bullshit. This is the actual horrendous customer service that you get these days. Utter lies. So I even emailed this morning. Yeah. Now for their own integrity, all right. Let me put you back on normal. I won't show you the actual email, but I will read it out. All right. Okay. So my initial inquiry this morning, read like this. Okay. Hi, I was in your Cardiff store yesterday and I spoke to a salesperson who categorically said that all of PMT did not have any Gibson Les Paul used / pre-owned in stock. Yeah. I said that I was after a Gibson Les Paul Classic. I now see that there are loads of online and actually one that you haven't taken a picture of yet, but which is a Gibson Les Paul Classic. I am desperately after one and have the money ready. Can you tell me, 1, what colour it is, and can you send me some pictures? 2, why your rude and abrupt salesman in Cardiff shop said there was no Les Pauls available in all of your stores. He actually said that the only ones that you had were new 50s, 60s stock, and nothing else. I would have bought it yesterday, but now have the chance of it going before I actually get a chance to buy it. He replied back, "Hi Scott. This is from Dave." Yeah? Dave. Oh, as he would be known in Wales, Di. "Hi Scott." And I'll read it out in the usual condescending manner that they answer back in. "Thanks for getting in touch. Looking at our linked pre-owned used and second-hand guitars, we currently actually don't have stock of a Les Paul Classic at the moment, even though it's stated on their page. I can see we have one pre-owned Gibson Les Paul Classic 2015 appearing on the search page, but looking at the product specific page, it shows out of stock. So unfortunately, this will have sold some time ago." So it's handy that that they don't update their stock at all, really. Some time ago. Okay. But you notice he didn't really reply to my second question. So I said, "Hi, but can you confirm that you do have a few other pre-owned Gibson Les Pauls in stock?" And David David replied, "Hi Scott. We have a selection of pre-owned Gibson Les Pauls in stock. You can see the full selection by clicking on the link. This should show only the Gibsons that we have in stock and will remove all the other pre-owned items. Be sure to click through the product page that says in stock." So he's seen this, he's checked that actual Les Paul Classic that I'm inquiring about is not there anymore. But this is after now, and it's still showing in stock, although the picture's not there. Yeah? So he says, be sure to click through the product page to be sure it says in stock, although it does, because I can see a few, like the Classics, are out of stock at the moment. And he's put the link there to the used second-hand Gibson guitars. If you decide to place an order, don't hesitate to get in touch, and I can email you a payment link to place the order with me personally. Yeah, and I will keep an eye on the order for your behalf. Yeah. So I've gone back now to David, Di. Many thanks for getting back to me on a Sunday, David. Really appreciate it. I do, actually. However, you see the tag mark for sarcasm? I was told by a Cardiff store salesman that there was no, inverted commas, pre-owned Gibson Les Pauls of any kind in stock in the whole country. Yeah, let alone traditional ones or classics. There was only a brand new ones. He even checked on the system right before in front of me and said there were no Gibson Les Pauls of any kind apart from the brand new ones, yeah, brand new ones, currently of the 50s and 60s. He even then went on to explain to me the difference between the 50s and 60s neck. Yeah, being extremely condescending. He didn't ask me, didn't ask what I knew about them, anything, just assumed that I was thick as pig shit. I am, however, not when it comes to guitars. After I explained that I knew what the difference was, so he carried on explaining to me about the difference of the 50s and 60s next, after I said, I know. Can you explain to me why I was fobbed off in this way? Can you also explain to me why he said that the Cardiff store was not allowed to have any Gibson guitars in store? Yeah, or even ones from another store shipped to the store to see if I wanted it. So I'm explaining, well, accepting waiting for an email back. So essentially, if I want to buy something like a Gibson, God knows where I'm going to go for it. Online second hand. A-strings, to be fair, A-strings in Pontypridd do have some, but they don't have what I'm after. Yeah. They are absolutely brilliant, the guys up there. So we're left with, there used to be 4 stores in Swansea. There used to be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stores in Cardiff. And 1 or 2 in Newport. Now, there's, in Swansea, there's one little small shop, but that's it. There's none left. In Cardiff, there's no way I'll use PMT. No way, not anymore. There's one really I would say I would use in Cardiff for anything of kind of quality size. I mean, if I want some odd strings and stuff like that, then I'd probably use maybe the other 1 or 2 ones. But they're just more for just proper starter kind of guitars, or quite cheap ones. But no, definitely not for this kind of purchase. And it's very rare. This is very rare. This is probably going to be the most I've ever paid for a guitar. It's very rare that I have to be able to do this. But now, I don't know where I'm going to go for something like this. It definitely fucking won't be PMT, I tell you that now. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, guys, I'm praying that a Gibson Les Paul Classic gold top appears from somewhere, or a nice Gibson Les Paul traditional. I'm not entirely sure whether the traditional is done in gold top. I'm not entirely sure. I still haven't seen one yet. Or I have seen a standard online. But in the meantime, guys, my hunt goes on. But I definitely won't be fucking using PMT. That's for shit. Anyway, guys. More videos come soon. I've got my little Squire Strat that you've seen. That is being advertised. That's going to be going soon. The Squealy Piggy is gone. Oh no, the Squealy Piggy's gone. My Gibson Les Paul, the blue one, Les Paul Custom, that's gone to its new owner. Thank you so much, Vance, for buying that yesterday. Yeah, I really, really hope you're chuffed with it. That man has got a problem with guitars. I thought I did, but Jesus Christ. Absolute legend of a bloke. Absolute proper. You know, sometimes it's really lovely when you meet someone and deal with someone who is just a star. Yeah, peach. So what's next coming up, guys? Some Quad Cortex stuff coming soon. There is hopefully the replacement for the Squire. That's going to be coming soon, so part 2 in our under £120 budget lark. And hopefully, when this new Mr. Les Paul arrives, I will be doing a little bit of a review of that. But apart from that, guys, keep your eyes out. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this, guys. Please like and subscribe. We're building the channel. It's growing. But it'd be nice just to get out there. And I'll be seeing you very soon. Ciao, guys.